Tedi Unscripted. Look at that. I did a thing. I did an intro. I know, it's amazing. I've actually done something for once. It's rare, but it happened. Welcome in for a beautiful, what is it, Friday? Not, it's so rainy and gloomy here. But you know, it happens. It's rainy season. The snowbirds are leaving and so did the sun. How fun. But speaking of everyone going everywhere else, I have a beautiful, wonderful, very exciting guest coming all the way from the UK. Her name is Becky, and she has a very cool shop that I wanted to kind of boost out. I met her through my guest from next week, who I went to college with. And she was telling me, oh, I have this friend in the UK. She does this amazing jewelry. She has this awesome shop. You should definitely bring her on the show. And I was like, yeah, I would love to. So let's bring Becky over, and I want to talk about everything with her. How are you?
Wow, I mean, my face is red from all of the compliments you just given me. I don't know
You
how to
deserve it.
handle
I was
it.
looking at your shop, and it is, I mean, it's all handmade, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That is incredible. I know we have your Instagram up here because you can go on the Instagram and you can see, I mean, you have videos of you I just want to emphasize handmade because I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is something you get, you know, from a professional, from a shop, like a real jewelry maker person did this. And they did. But it's not, I don't know, it really blew my mind that it wasn't a machine. I could see you hand pressing, hand curling the little gold discs, hand like putting the balls on the earrings. It really did blow my mind. I've never seen something like that.
Thank you so much. Well, this is where it happens. This is my cellar. I'm sorry if you see any sort of odd ironing boards and things in the background, but this is the only space I can call my own at the moment. In my family's house. But yeah, this is where the magic happens. It's just a one-person operation here with, you know, me and the spiders, basically.
You know what? The little inspirations, it always works. So how did you get started doing that? Because what an insane hobby. I've never thought of doing jewelry making as a hobby. And then now to do it as a full-time job.
Yes. Yeah, it's something that really interests me. So I met Jen, my friend that you mentioned. I met her in Japan, and that's where I started this whole adventure, really. So in 2018, I started as more of an acrylic business. Under a different name. But after leaving Japan, I just felt like it really wasn't me anymore. It really wasn't where I wanted to be, and it wasn't really expressing myself how I wanted to be known. So, you know, when you have a big change in your life, you want to learn more things, and for me, that was silversmithing.
That's really awesome. I mean that, and to go from acrylic to that too, I'm not very knowledgeable in this. If you see me looking up, it's because you're on the TV above the camera. So I'm like, oh, hello. I want to see
Hey!
you. Beautiful face. But to go from acrylic, which I've seen is usually, and I haven't seen your specific work on it, but it's usually like fun and colorful and crazy and, you know, the big earrings and the big necklaces and stuff, to such, I can't think of another word to describe your jewelry work. It's just very elegant, very like, that's what I would see someone going to like a five-star, a party, you know, mansion party wearing the earrings. I mean, what a jump from it. It's beautiful. I mean, the style change is incredible. And you just started
Thank
picking
you.
it up from just self-taught?
Yes, so I started taking lessons in about October of last year, so it's probably been about 5 or 6 months in now. I started at a local independent shop here called Hirayeth Creative, and yeah, no, she's a wonderful lady, and she's taught me everything that I know, and then using YouTube videos and just trying to figure things out as I go, really. I make a lot of mistakes. That's something that I don't know. You don't always see that on Instagram. I'm sure everyone has quite a polished,
That's
um,
inevitable.
you know, yeah, you're trying to project something that's a little bit more professional, but no, a lot of mistakes has taken me to where I am today. But it's still, you know, really early days. It's something that I'm, you know, experimenting with. You mentioned the style. For me, it's a lot more of like geometric and modernist design. Something simple using silver and brass and working into copper. So these are things that, you know, trying to express this, you know, these new things that I'm experiencing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing of it. And I saw on Instagram too. Sorry, I keep jumping around because I was watching it right beforehand and I was like, that's so cool. You have these earrings, the one I keep talking about, the little gold colored circles that I saw you press that are just,
Yeah,
those ones
yeah.
blew my mind. Those are the coolest to me.
Thank
But I
you.
saw that you were even thinking of selling pieces that like were unfinished or were your mistakes, which I think is an amazing way to kind of, you know, take your mistakes, learn from it, still build on it, and still have people be able to get your work.
Yes, I think that was something that I was just considering, you know, just today even, because I have lots of finished pieces that artists, we're always struggling, we're always, self-depreciating, thinking that our work isn't good enough, and they are finished pieces, but maybe aren't as perfect as I would like them to be. So I'd like to try and sell things to customers at a discounted price. So my work is still out there, I'm still covering my costs, and people can still earn a little tiny bit of blame Jane.
I love that. And especially, I mean, your jewelry is beautifully, in my mind, and I hate to say it because I hate saying price it higher, but it's so affordably priced that I'm like, no, you are doing wonderful work. Price that. It is beautiful and amazing. But it is also cool for me who I'm like, I cannot afford that, especially with international shipping charges. So to get
Right.
something one of a kind cool like that would be awesome.
Yeah. I haven't really necessarily considered myself as a business before, but while in January when I was thinking of new designs, I was really trying to consider how can I make this affordable for people and also, still pay my living wage and cover my costs. I think that, with the strategy that I'm using at the moment, I hope that people will be tempted to treat themselves and buy something that is handmade and all the proceeds do go to me, the artist.
I love
I think,
that.
independence, yeah, and it's so important at the moment with Corona and all sorts. People really are
Yes.
struggling, so it's important to shop independent and buy local wherever possible.
Yeah. And I just want to ask, because I know that I don't want to ask your age on camera because it's not kind, but I know you're around my age group and I know you're around, Jen's age group and everything. What do you find any struggles that are specifically for you that you might not have? You know what I mean? I don't know how to word it of like in the millennial age group, is there any struggles that you're finding trying to sell things as an artist? Or any advice that you can give to other younger people who are trying to start on that journey?
Mm, Thank you for calling me young. That's the first thing. I don't feel young.
You're young and
But
beautiful.
thank you. I wasn't expecting this to be such a visual medium. I really wish I looked a little better right now, but that's besides the point. I think it is difficult to be taken seriously, and certainly when you're trying things for the first time as well, I think it's really hard for people to, self-advocate, to, say that this is what I'm worth, this is the price I'm worth, this is the time that I've put in. Any advice to anybody that's even considering doing something creative, just start, because the longer you're working on something, the better you will get.
That's awesome. And that is, I mean, again, I've been to England once when I was like in high school, so I cannot comment on anything of the society ways there. But I know here it's a huge struggle of always getting told, no, you're too young. You don't have enough experience in this. You don't know this. Oh, look at
Yeah.
these older people. They're selling for so much more. They're obviously so much better when obviously that's not always true. And it's in a lot of professions. So I have a lot of respect for you for being able. Wow, my words just didn't come out. For being able to get out there and put your stuff out and show people, like,
Thank
this is what
you.
I do. It's amazing. You know,
That's really sweet.
here's
I
what I
think that
do.
the I think your question was mainly about, the pressure that maybe other people put on me, but actually, for me, it's the pressure that I put on myself because with
Really?
social media and other platforms, it's so easy to compare. And I know in the grand scheme of things, I'm right at the beginning of my journey, but I'm always pushing to make my work better. And I appreciate that these things take time and patience and practice. And I think, when you first start learning something new, it's about giving yourself that time. It's about allowing yourself to make mistakes, about writing off those pieces of silver that you just melt because you didn't really know what you're doing or you're experimenting. So whatever it is you want to do, give it a go and don't expect it to be perfect first time, because for some reason I still expect my things to be perfect first time.
You never can. I wish you saw how much time some of the producers here, so much time, even the intro that was here, that I'm excited that I did because I meant to do it for 3 months and then I didn't. But it's the same thing. And that's, I don't work with my hands at all. So that's the one little thing I can do is I can produce stuff. And it's the same thing. It's just delete after delete. Granted, mine are a little easier to delete. You don't have to like melt mine down and start over. So.
Right.
But I also
No,
wanted to ask
exactly.
you, just because you are in a completely different social structure, what is everything like, not to get away from your beautiful art, but what are things like in England right now? Just the whole society and everything. Because here we have
I
chaos.
mean, we've entered week 8 or week 9 now of the virus, and I think it's a struggle. I think everyone's just beginning to get a little bit of cabin fever. I think everyone is beginning to feel really, really restless. And I think at this time it's about, really recommitting and trying to realize that this is for a greater cause and that we shouldn't, start acting recklessly now. I think the gains in the long run are going to far outweigh, the inconvenience that's placed on us as individuals now. No, but honestly, it's tough. It's really difficult, All I want to do is go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat home-cooked food anymore.
It's rough to keep that motivation up, to keep, doing what you're doing and being like, oh, like, when this ends, what's going to happen? I know a lot of people are, and I had a previous show talking about that, about how nobody knows what's going to happen after this. And at least it's a bit of solidarity knowing, and thank you for saying that, because I really wanted people and my audience to hear that from you, who you're not in South Florida dealing with this. Even all the way in England, you're also dealing with, we don't know what's going to happen. We're all getting cabin fever. We're all stressed out. I just want it to be a message that I keep saying throughout all my shows of, we're not alone. No one's alone. Everyone's going through the same thing, and we're all stressed out and nervous. But beauty can come out of this. And we have time.
Right.
Artists like yourself, I'm sure, have a lot more time to work on your art. You have more time to work on businesses or whatever you guys do out there. There is good that can come out of it. I just wanted to thank you for saying that, because I wanted to highlight that.
No, you're very welcome. It's tough for everybody, and I think now, more than ever, it's about resilience and doing what's best for everybody, not just for what's best for yourself.
Yes, 100%. Wear a mask. Everyone else here.
Yes.
Wearing a mask. I can't, because you won't hear me on the mic very well. Wear a mask. Wear a mask, stay inside as much as you can. That's another thing I keep repeating, because I don't know if anything's, again, over there. I'm so bad at keeping up with media in other countries. I really am terrible at it. But I know here there's protests of people not wanting to wear masks. I'm like, no. We have to wear masks. People are protesting. Well, I won't get into politics here, but there's a lot of protesting.
Okay.
They don't want to wear masks, because I would rather not have a bunch of fights in the comment section of this video. Nice.
Lord.
But that's good. At least,
that's best.
At least the curve is flattening. Things are coming, hopefully starting to open up a little bit there. Or are you guys still total lockdown?
I am noticing day by day that more and more shops are getting open, and I am wondering whether they're, necessarily essential.
Yeah.
I think anything that's customer facing, anything where people are all congregated in a single area, that for me raises alarm bells. But I don't know. I think people are just doing what they can to stay sane at this point.
Yeah.
It's been a long, long time, and the weather has also been amazing here. I know that England gets a bad rep, and let me just put it on the record. The weather's been amazing the last 8 weeks. Honestly, we've had maybe 5 days of rain. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm not usually this. As you can see, I'm really tanned.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
That
I
is
know.
amazing. That the only time one of the times you guys have amazing weather is, the 8 weeks when you're forced to stay inside.
Exactly, and it's been a lifesaver actually, because we can still go out for walks and things, and there's so many beautiful,
Oh, okay, so that's nice.
scenery and things. So it's
That's
kept me sane. I know.
I am super jealous, because we are entering rainy season, and we all week have not had a single day of sun. My plants are dying. My plants are not happy. That's my number one thing, is my plants are getting brown. There's no sun. So
Yeah.
let's put on the record. You got that England actually has beautiful weather. We got Florida has terrible weather, and it's gloomy and won't stop pouring.
No. Excuse my ignorance, but I didn't realize there was a rainy season in Florida.
Oh,
Ooh.
it is. It's because it's almost hurricane season, which we're praying is good this year. And hurricane season, it just rains for 3 months straight. We all just switch weathers.
Wow, so many things. I didn't even know that hurricanes was a season. Oh no, I'm sorry, Florida.
You have to come down. You have to come down and visit us then one day. One
No,
day
I
when
would
everything's
absolutely love
calm
to.
and we can travel again. And, in how many months or years will it be till we can go on a plane and be safe?
Yeah.
Or we'll have you on another day, and maybe you can bring on if you have any of your jewelry that's around that you want to show off on camera, or one day we can do a show where we can film you over the video cam making some of your jewelry.
My gosh.
If you'd
Oh my
be
gosh, I'm
comfortable.
already nervous enough. Seriously, I'm
Right,
really, really.
right. You're doing perfect.
Oh dear. Thank you.
It's a very chill, I never know what I'm doing. My whole point of this is, if for my audience, if you don't know, the reason this is called Teddy Unscripted is because I ramble. That's something I've always done in my life. I ramble off. I have no idea where my sentence is going to end. Like, I just start one, and like Michael Scott says in The Office, I start a sentence, I hope it finds itself along the way. I have no idea. So that's kind of how I wanted this to be. I hate the sound of super scripted things. I feel like it's very staunch, and if you don't have a little bit of mess ups and goofiness, then it's not going to be real. This way, you know that this is a real conversation. Becky and I have not spoken on the phone yet before. We've texted about this. I was just looking up your shop today. This is 100%, our opinions and not, not
Yeah,
me
this is some
different.
free-form discovery. You
Exactly.
learn about me, I learn about you. Florida has a hurricane season and a rainy season.
And England has beautiful weather,
It
which I
does.
wish
It
it
does
did when I went
currently.
there.
Oh dear. Where and when did you go?
Years and years ago when I was in high school, I can't even. It was for our spring breaks. Was probably around this time in like May, and I, for the first time when I was in England, saw hail. It was
Oh.
terrifying.
Yeah, no, ice from the sky.
Yeah, I remember we had umbrellas and we were walking, and we were on some tour, so we were walking from like one tour place to another, and we just start hearing things like knocking on our umbrellas, and we're all like, "Wow, it's raining really hard, but it doesn't." I don't see the rain, but it sounds like it's raining really hard. And I just remember our teacher grabbing us and throwing us under an awning and being like, "Stay there!" We're like, "Oh, it's hail."
Yeah, the weather is extremely changeable. I think that I don't know how it is in Florida. Clearly, I had this rose-tinted.
Hot and rainy. That's it.
Yeah, but no, our weather can change in an instant.
But that's
It
really
keeps
awesome.
it
At least you guys
fresh.
have cool seasons, and I'm sure that's for me, all everything is inspiration, and for us, again, the weather is like you have hot season, humid season, and rainy season, and then hot season again, and like that's it. So at least there you can get a little more like, ooh, it's like look at this weather thing that's happening outside. That's inspiring to do this, or I love the look of that. We get like, look at the sun beating down, just hot. But I wanted to thank you so much for coming on and telling us about the Blame Jane shop. And if you want to give the link to your Etsy shop, I'm definitely going to link it in the actual video. Once I get done, I can
Thank
put the
you.
link on. But if you want to tell us your Instagram handles, if you have a Facebook page, the Etsy handle, anything like that.
Thank you. I was not prepared for this. So you can find me and my imagery on Instagram at Blame James Shop, and on Etsy, I believe also at Blame James Shop.
Yep, and I'm going to
Those
link
are the
it.
two
It'll
main
be one of the
places.
pinned comments below this video once we end it out and I share it out. So that way all you have to do is get right on there and you can go right to the jewelry.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. I should have prepared a lot more. I think I should have at least prepared my face or
No, you
this
look
or this
amazing. It's
spider
kind of my fault
palace.
because I was trying to figure out how time zones work. Because like when you asked me, I was like, I'm in the New York time zone. I was like, oh, right. Like that doesn't always make sense when you're not used to the New York time zone. So I was like looking on my phone. I was like, what time zone is Florida in? And then it's like it's split between two. I'm like, no.
I really thought
So,
I had 3 more hours to prepare for this. I really
but
did.
next time we bring you on, now we'll know. We'll know what time it is, and hopefully we can do a little like a Vanna White showing of the
Little show and
jewelry.
tell. Thank
Exactly,
you.
exciting. But thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good luck
You
with the
have a
rest of
great
your show.
day.
Bye.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely go to Blame Jane Shop on Instagram, Etsy. Absolutely amazing. I wish I had put on some pictures of it, but I'm gonna post some down below. I was thinking of it and I was like, I wanted to explain it before you guys see it because I'm someone who I'm trying to think of how to explain it because it to me jewelry is something very big. I know it's weird because I don't wear a lot of it. When I go out, I love wearing. If you like Sparkle of Life by Dawn DeMarco book, she has a beautiful line as well right here. She does hand beading and Swarovski crystals, and I have some necklaces and stuff by her. And jewelry is just something that makes you feel special. It makes you feel, to me anyway, and put it on, you're like, oh, I'm a goddess. I'm beautiful. Look at all the sparkle I have on. It's something that makes me happy and feel more elegant when sometimes, especially during, the quarantine, it's hard to get that kind of push. Like I don't wear makeup unless I'm on camera. You can ask any producer here. They're like, wow, you're wearing makeup. And I'm like, yeah, wow, I forgot I had this. I forgot I could do this. So it's really hard sometimes to get that little bit of prettiness, and jewelry is such an easy way to do it. And to know that with Becky, you're going to be buying from, a one woman show, someone who is hand making every piece. It's not made, I mean, even the presses. And there's a video that I'm going to share out on Facebook, Tedi Unscripted. I'm going to share it out from the Instagram page. You see the curve, and I thought it'd be a press. It is literally hand pressed. Like, Becky is taking a tool and just hand curling it, and that's something that really blew my mind and made me, I was excited to talk to Becky, but that made me like, wow, I'm excited to talk to this person, because that was absolutely incredible that each little piece, each little ball on the end of each little earring is hand placed on. Everything is hand soldered on, and you don't get a lot of that right now. And I really want to have that as part of my show, as promoting, the millennial business. And it's hard to get out there as a younger person and, hand make, put your jewelry out there, be an artist. And I know I keep repeating it because it's something that's very, near and dear to my heart. Obviously, I do production, and it's a very similar thing. It's very hard to get out there as a young producer and say, hey, I know I don't have that much experience behind college and, my one show and the shows that I produce here, but hire me, trust me. And it's kind of a similar thing of, hey, I know all you can see is the art that I make, but buy my stuff, trust me. So I was just very excited about that. And I just want to emphasize so much how incredible it is to put yourself out there. And I'm very proud of Becky, because I kind of messed up the time zones, because I don't know how time zones work, and Florida's in 2 of them, and I didn't understand how it worked because I'm not a geography person. I can't think of the word. This is the spiral of like, Teddy, where's your sentence going? I have no idea. So I'm excited. I'm going to bring Becky back on hopefully in a few weeks so that we can do a nice little show and tell of all of her jewelry. But for now, I hope you guys really enjoyed. I'm going to link her bio down below, link the Etsy shop. And next week, I'm very excited. I have Becky and I's mutual friend, Jen, is going to be coming on. And she has a very cool innovation for masks, which I know Freddie has been talking about for a very long time. So I'm super excited to finally get someone on who does it in a very safe, clean way, super fast. Mine is already on the way here. I ordered it like 2 days ago. She has already shipped it. And she, as a general, is a seamstress and does the most amazing work that I'm going to ask her to put on some mannequins and bring on, because she does, well, I'll let her tell you about it, but it is incredible. You definitely don't want to miss Wednesday's show. But for now, I hope you guys have a really great day, and stay dry if you're in Florida. If you're somewhere with better weather, take me there, adopt me. I'm jealous. And have a great, safe day. Wear a mask when you go outside, and have fun and be safe.